Hey guys, what's going on with everybody? It's been a couple days. It's Marcy here. Welcome in. As you can see, I'm in my office. I'm actually at my desk, and I just took a breather from a project that I was working on. But it had occurred to me that I have not checked in for 30 books in 30 weeks, and today is Monday. So as you know, on Mondays is the day that I announce the new book for the new week. We're on week 23 out of 30. Seriously, like 7 weeks left is all. I can't even hardly believe it. I'm about ready to fall off my chair. Oh goodness gracious. Only me. Literally about to fall off my chair. What's going on, Joy? So anyway, and then there goes the book. I'm telling you, bear with me, you guys. I'm gonna get it. I promise you, I'm gonna get it together tonight. Eventually. I'm not really sure when, but I will get it together. Anyway, so I just took a break. Hold on. Hi. I'm literally trying to pull this together. I am so not prepared. Okay, so I'm in my office. Took a little breather. Realized it's Monday, so it's time to do 30 books in 30 weeks and announce this week's book. Glenn Murray, what's going on? Are you back from Paris? Speaking of love languages, oh my gosh, Mr. World Traveler, I'm so sick of all your pictures and so jealous. But anyway, so we're talking about this week, for week 23, we're going to talk about the 5 love languages. And most of you guys are familiar with this book, but we're going to take a juicy little dive into it this week, and you're going to get a little bit of insight about yours truly. Mwah! And my love language, so I'm going to share it. I just redid, like, it's one of those books where, like, if I don't like the answer, I just redo the survey. So for those of you who are joining me, please welcome other people into the conversation as we talk about the 5 love languages this week, and I share some little insights into kind of how I navigate in the space as far as love and relationships is concerned. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Marcy Batiste. I am America's #1 reality-based success and recovery trainer, and I live life on Mars. I'm 100% sold out to my happiness, and my guiding light truly is my happiness. And so being able to do things that I love and being able to be the spark that ignites the light for somebody else to discover and embrace their star power is so amazing and so incredible, and I feel so lucky to live my life. And I want everybody to feel that way. Everyone can feel that way. So, hey Anthony, I'm good, doll. Thank you for joining in. You're always so consistent. I really appreciate you. So this week, we're talking about the 5 love languages. And so as I was sharing at the very beginning, if I don't like the answer, then I go back and I retake the survey. And I think, every time I think, well, I'm going to get a different answer. And a couple times I have gotten a different answer, but one was because first time I took the wrong survey. I think I took one for people who are in relationships, and then today I finally did the right one, I think, which is the single one. So now they have all these different surveys, and I've had this book for years and years, like when it first came out. And so I think I probably have taken the wrong survey to determine my love language a number of times. But in any case, I guess the message for tonight is that love speaks. And so I'm working actually on, hey Philip, what's going on, Ed? I'm working on my next book. It's called Rebranding Trust. It is the second in a trilogy following Love Miscarriage. And so Rebranding Trust really talks about how do you, once you've had your heart broken and you decide, okay, it's time to get back out into the dating arena again, I'm ready to try the relationship thing again. But how do you do that when you've been devastated and you've been hurt? In many cases, multiple times, right? And so this isn't new. This isn't just a Marcy thing. This is a everybody thing. What's going on, T? Hey, Terry. So it's not just a Marcy thing. It's an everybody thing. And so you get to this place, and some people find themselves in different arenas after heartbreak or after a bad breakup or even a good breakup. So let's say you agree amicably that this just isn't working for either one of us. Let's go our separate ways. Deuces, I'm out. No matter. You still have some sideways feelings that are just natural. Nobody likes to lose a relationship. Nobody likes to lose a significant friendship or partnership or anything. But sometimes you got to take the L and cut your loss and, like, seriously go play in traffic. So when it comes time to jumping back into the arena, a lot of people don't do their homework in the middle. And so I know for me, like when I used to date in a broken space, emotionally, my thing was get out of one relationship, hurry up and get back into the next one, because that provided me reassurance about who I am and my value and my worth, because I tied that all up into being in a relationship, which I don't do that no more. So, oh, thanks, Terry. It's actually because I'm at my desk. So that's my actual, this is like the back of my office, but you can see the usuals back there, but I'm actually at my desk. So, anyway, so a lot of times what will happen, you exit these relationships, you decide that you're going to jump back into the arena, but you don't do any work. So you're the same broken, jacked up, effed up person that you were in the last relationship. And so then what happens is you take your broken ass out into the streets and you look for a new relationship, and guess what? You pick the same broken kind of person that you picked the last time, because you didn't do the self-work that you needed to do on you to fix the broken pieces before you started navigating back out into the dating world again. And so it becomes this perpetual cycle that ends up most times tearing down your self-esteem, destroying your confidence, making you bitter sometimes, sometimes just making you an asshole. Like it's never a good effect if you're not willing to do your work. Right, Terry, nobody wants to do the work. Like, the work sucks. I'll be the first one to tell you. And as a coach and as someone who works with people who are ready to do their work, I will tell you, for my clients, the work sucks. But for me, it's wonderful, because at the end of the day, like I had 3 coaching calls with clients today, back to back to back. And 2 were new clients, 1 was an existing client. But invariably, they're ready to do the work, right? But even when you're ready to do the work, I was talking to one of my new clients, and we're talking about relationships and, you know, doing the work, right? And I told her, I'm like, you're gonna have to go big, you're gonna have to go bold. Like, you're gonna have to go all in to make these changes happen and to recover and heal some of the wounds from way back, right? Because we tend to stuff shit down and not deal with it, and then when we get out there and it starts biting us in our butt again, you're just like, but it's easy to blame the other person, like, oh, they're jacked up. Well, they're jacked up because you pick jacked up people, because you're still jacked up. So you got to do your work, right? So 5 love languages is why I picked this book, because like I said, I'm working on rebranding trust. And for those of you who follow my work, all my work has transparency. So a lot of times what you'll see in my work that I do in, like, my books and my speaking engagements, my blogs, are thoughts, emotions, feelings, spaces that I'm going through or have recently been through or have been through at some point in my life. So I really just share from a very transparent, very raw, very authentic place. Like, sometimes shit sucks, period. And for it to not suck so much, you got to suck it up, put on the big girl panties, big boy drawers, and do your work. So 5 love languages. I pulled that off the shelf to focus on it this week, because I really wanted to think through, because for me, as I'm writing Rebranding Trust, I want to think through, like, at the end of the last book, at the end of Love Miscarriage, Jenna and Tony are, you know, they're trying it again. So she's kind of breaking her own rules as far as the do-overs go and all that kind of stuff. And so as we move into that realm, like, how do you trust anyone again? But beyond that, how do you trust someone who's hurt you before again? Super hard to do. But if you want the relationship to work, like, you have to figure out how to trust. But it can't look like it's always looked. It's going to have to look different. And that's why the title of the book is called Rebranding Trust. And so I pulled out 5 love languages, because I'm like, you know what? Let me think about, what is my love language? What is my love language? And I was talking to a good friend of mine the other day about relationships and, you know, being single. And he was asking me, am I open to trying again. And I said to him, I said very honestly, I was like, you know what? I'm not closed off to it, but I honestly am so satisfied and single that I don't know, because it takes a lot of work to get comfortable being single, but it also takes a lot of work to be confident and be able to manage a healthy relationship. Now, you can go into a shitty relationship unprepared, but if you want to go into a great relationship, have an awesome relationship that's going to add to your life and contribute and benefit you, you better go into that thing whole, right? And so I'm like, I've done my work. I just don't know if I want to do the work for a relationship. And so he was like, really? That's interesting that you would say that. And I'm like, I honestly, I don't know if I have the capacity or the desire to do the work. And not from a healing work, but there's so much compromise that has to take place. There's so much understanding that has to take place. And more importantly, I know for me, my next partner, if there is to be a next partner, has to be an amazing communicator. They have to be willing to talk. They have to be willing to listen. They have to be willing to just let me sometimes be me with all my quirkiness and all my moodiness and all the things I tell people all the time, like, you like the idea of me, you probably won't like the reality of me so much. And he was like, well, but what if somebody was willing to sign up for all of that? And I was like, well, if they were willing to sign up for all of that, it might work. But it just has to be somebody that I trust. Aha. Rebranding trust. And so I was like, okay, so if you're going to rebrand trust, Marcy, what does that look like for you? What's your love language? And so I was like, oh, go take the survey again. And so when I took the survey today, it came back and it said, for me, it's quality time and words of affirmation. So basically, I don't want to just share space with you. I need to share valuable space. I need to share, be able to share from an important and whole perspective. I don't want to just be around you. I want us to be involved, intricately. And then the other one was, so it was quality time and then it was words of affirmation. So coming from a lot of my history and how I've operated in relationships in the past, money doesn't move me. So I'm never going to be that chick that the gifts are going to work for and some of the other things. And so, like I said, it was just really interesting. As much as I love sex, even physical touch, I was looking at what they are. But physical touch isn't necessarily one of the things that drives me. Mine is really truly about the communication and the time. Are you willing to give me your most valuable asset? And that's your time and your honor. Can I have your integrity and can I have your time? If you can give me integrity and you can give me time, you can be honest, you can communicate, all right, we might be able to make this work. So that's just kind of the lead in to let you guys know we're in for some juicy conversation. I'm about to keep it really real with you guys, and really truly share kind of what is my love language, how do I navigate in relationships, or not navigate in relationships, and let's bang this out. All right, so that's this week's book, The 5 Love Languages. It's by Gary Chapman. There's a survey online that you can take. It's 30 questions. I encourage you, go to the website, 5lovelanguages.com, I think is what it was, and do the survey. Start your work. I dare you. All right, so if you do, let me know what your survey comes back at, what your love language is, and let's talk. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Have a good one. As always, y'all, thanks for living life on Mars. I'm out.